I can't hear anything.
Test, test, test. There we go. Okay, testing 1, 2, 3. Nothing like starting a show with technical difficulties. Sin was here, and now he's gone. He lost connection. He's going to try to go back in. Okay, everybody, so it is Tuesday. I'm sorry, it's Thursday. Man. This is our show that we typically dedicate to the stuff that we do up at the prison up at Big House Milsom. So, but we're going to be talking about quite a few things tonight. We have a lot of good stuff to talk about. I'll wait for Sin to come in for some of those, and it looks like he is back. Can you hear me now?
Yeah. Sorry. This is going to be a short visit for me because this show is a cluster of epic proportions. I've been here for about 2 hours, finally got to get my stuff to my table.
Well, that's always fun. Well, let's jump into something that we were going to talk about Tuesday, but you couldn't get on because you were on the road. You had your first chance to go to Miami Airsoft in a while, huh?
Oh, dear God. Yeah. Yeah. That was a treat.
It was rather amusing. So there were some things that we had happen at that point in time that I promised you that we would go back through and we would try to find a video of it and start clipping some of the stuff together. So one of the ones, do you remember there was one of the speedy boys that was on our team decides that he's going to go to spawn and he starts getting to a yelling match and everything else because the team shot him and all that stuff?
Oh, yeah.
Yeah, well, let's roll the videotape of this cluster.
Call that, bro.
Yeah, yo, they got you. Yo, the second guy called you out, man. You didn't call.
He shot the hell out of the first guy. for sure.
Yeah, most definitely.
He definitely missed the second guy up until the very last shot that went off the guy's chest because he shot at me. He shot in between us. He then shot in between the guy's legs, and then he got the guy in the chest. But at that point, he already had to have been hit like 5 or 6 times. I mean, the guy had to have been out. You know?
Yeah, that guy through the entire day thought he was in the movie Wanted because I watched how he was shooting and he kept like turning his gun sideways and stuff like it was going to curve around the building or something. Like I watched him like horribly missing because he's literally going back and forth, and I'm like, "What are you doing?"
That was actually like to me. It was like the beautiful thing was like I'm on your team, and he goes, "Doesn't seem like it." I was like, "Why?" Because I disagree that you didn't get hit. I mean, you had to have gotten hit, bro. I don't know what to tell you, man. It's sort of messed up that you just continue. I mean, we already have them spawn trapped. What the hell? But there were some other moments there as well that when we were playing. And here's one of just I call it the Sin 1 clips.
I didn't feel it. Blockbuster hot.
I love the grenade one. Rolling grenade, you're like, shit, time to go.
Yep.
Welcome, CD Trick Shots. How you doing? Gert, both Smurf and I. Well, I'm doing good. I don't know about Smurf. Smurf's in her own little world, so I don't know how Smurf's doing right now. Sounds like you just got some exciting news because you're like, yes.
Sorry, we just checked into this Airbnb, I guess. And okay, it's a hotel, but like I love tea, and I just found out the place came with its own kettle.
That's awesome. Let's see some of the other clips that were here. Give me a second. I'm gonna play all the clips so we can go over some of the stuff. So, feel free to stop me at any point in time if you want to talk about something that you saw there from that day.
Is it?
That was a good move.
That was a good one. And like the whole day was, I had fun except for like 2 exceptions. The guy that had the AR-P9 drum mag and believed that made him immortal. In general, like I'm not talking bad about a community or an area like that. There's a lot of people that had guns. Like one guy didn't even know what the hop-up was.
That happens quite a bit at MA. I'll be honest, but that you know what? That's not unique to MA. Any field that I go to, I've always seen players like that. They have no idea what the hell their guns can do.
Oh, yeah, no, there's one kid that was shooting at me and like missing like by miles. Like everything he shot at me was going up and hitting the ceiling. And I said, "Eject your hop up, man." He's like, I hit you. I'm like, you're not even shooting near me.
Yeah. And I think that's the red shirt cheater, right?
Yeah, that kid.
I'm gonna go ahead and start uploading that file, so that we can go ahead and play it. But there was so many like fun moments there for that day. It was not even, it wasn't even funny. I mean, it was like there were so many great moments. Like there's one where I really got to show you because it's hilarious of why I was laughing. You're looking at me like, what's so funny?
Oh no,
You'll see.
yeah, I watched the video Tuesday. I saw it, and that dude.
That dude was what?
He outsneaked me.
Yeah, that was great. Oh, are they on the phone or something?
Yeah, sorry. Like I said, it's a giant clusterfuck here right now. Like we went to check into the hotel, and the key wasn't where it was supposed to be, and we called them. And they told us we had like the wrong street, and then that one was on the other side of town. And then we finally got a hold of them. It was like, oh no, you're right building. We gave you the wrong lockbox. Also, I'm in Boston right now for anybody that cares, and there's a reason they call them all massholes.
So that previous video that I showed was actually kind of interesting because that was the game after I had the confrontation at the bus. So, for those that might not have been aware or might not have been paying attention, hey, what's up, Jay? Hey, Michael, how you guys doing? Gert, how you doing? So you can shoot me in the buttocks. What's up, Op4? So those three that were in that one side, the game before we were on the opposite side, and it was the gentleman I shot right by the cop car, and the one that came running out, the girl that came running out that was shooting at me with the Bifrost. That was a father and daughter, and there was a nephew that was with them as well. And the nephew, he was not a young nephew, he was like in his 20s or whatever, was not too happy that they're being spawn camped. And he took me out. I took out the father. The uncle came and took me out. I took out the uncle. He took me out. So I was like, all right, I'm going to come back and I'm going to take you out. And then I had to put a lot of rounds into him before he would actually call his hit, which, it's unfortunate. It happens. And then he had some comments to say like, y'all are spawn camping. I was like, well, what's up, Kevin? How you doing, brother? I was like, well, play better. I mean, there's not much more I can say. It's like, I'm only going here to sweep. I don't care if that guy's up in the tower up there. You have 3 other exits you can go out of. You guys are not utilizing your area very well, and you're staying in one spot. I mean, when I got shot and I walked out, after he first complained about the spawn camping, there was nobody in mid. They could have just pushed out. Can't hear you.
Yeah, no, it was wide open. Like, he complained to me because I was the guy in the tower. And I'm like, I'm across the field. Like, go a different way.
Be a good player, got a grenade and shot in the balls. We're going to talk about shooting somebody in the balls in a little bit. I was waiting for Sin to come on here so we could talk about some stuff and go over some things. So, let's see here.
Oh, wait, did I get on camera?
What?
Me shooting the guy in the balls.
Honestly, I did not get a chance to go through all your video. No, this was an incident that happened last night, which it's going to be a segue when I talk about MA's experience last night, because there was definitely some stuff that went down that shouldn't have. There's an apology I have to say. So I know it's rare when I do it, but let's see here. So now, Sin, you actually got the first-hand chance to actually use the cloak system from RC Airsoft yesterday, on Monday.
Oh, dear God. So, first of all, it should be banned at every field. It is a massive unfair advantage. And the sheer amount of tears that I caused with that goddamn system.
Just for you guys to understand it, here's the cloak system in action. It was run all day on Monday by Sin. Here we go.
Behind you! Yeah, oh yeah.
So I didn't want to hit you in the face, so I tried to. Really? No, you didn't, and I fucking lit you up long before you came around that corner, dude.
Dude, man.
Well, that's what I'm going to go into right now. So, Sin's inoculation or introduction to Miami Airsoft after not being there for the longest time. Mark, just change your call sign to 10. That wasn't me camping. So, since this is Sin's literal first 30 seconds in the game, and I mean first 30 seconds, he runs up to this point, and this happens.
Sorry. Really?
You had to shoot him so many times before he put his hand up, and that was the first 30 seconds of the game.
Dude, it was ridiculous. I started at the body, I went to the head, I went back to the body, finally the crotch shot, and he called it.
And he didn't call Sid bad Mark. What do you mean bad Mark? Me? That wasn't me. Clear campers. Okay. So there was a really funny moment between Sin and I, which was just hilarious. So if you, oh, that's actually ready to go. All right. So. Sid's like, what the hell are you laughing at?
Going Blockbuster. Woo! Good hit.
That still gives me giggles.
Dude, he out-sneakied me. Like, I heard footsteps to my left, and I looked. Sorry. I heard footsteps to my left. I took a look. I didn't see anything. I popped back around, and you're walking back dead. I'm like, what the hell just happened?
It was truly amazing. It was one of my funniest times of the event. And that was kind of amazing there that I just turn around and I see this guy sneak in and then go right back in the fences and Sid's just sitting there like, who shot you? There was that. There was a bunch of other cool stuff that happened. So Monday was actually a blast, but I can see that you're heading back into the convention center or heading back to the convention center. So I'll start speeding up some of this stuff so that you can go. So yesterday at Miami Airsoft, there's something I definitely want to talk about. And because Sin, you have some unique experience in this. All right. If you're a field trying to pull back your rate of fire, right? You're trying to lower the ROFs of all the players' guns. Would you tell somebody that they have to go home and take their gun off of safe semi so you could test ROF?
No. That's ridiculous.
That's exactly what I said, because my ROF is 1. Safe semi, I maybe might be able to get 2 rounds off in a second.
Your rate of fire becomes your trigger, or your finger.
Exactly. So you might be able to get 5 in a second.
Unless you're Tinker.
Yeah, it was. Oh, by the way, Tinker burnt out his motor on his gun.
Not surprised.
His motor is jammed per Gate Titan. He yelled at me for it yesterday. So when I played one game yesterday, and it was ridiculous. I did not get shot once the entire game. I sat out in the open on the crate like I did last on Sunday or on Monday. Sat there and I did not get shot once. It was that lopsided of play.
Yeah. Oh, that's good.
So then the very next thing that happened was I went off the field and they go, "Hey, you need a chrono," and I was like, "Okay, I just chronoed Monday, but all right, fine, here." That's when they pulled that's when they said that I had to take my gun off a semi so they could test the ROF, and I'm like, but I'm not going to take my gun off a semi. Why would I take my gun off a safe semi? It's the most ridiculous rule ever. I'd have to go all the way home to get that taken care of. Later, Kevin. Have a good one, bud. And they turned around and said, "No, you got to do it." And it's like there was an argument that ensued. So I missed an entire game because of I had the possibility of switching it back to full auto. I was like, but then that's when you police the players, and if I switched it during the day here, which I'm telling you I can't do it, and you ask me to check my gun at any point in time while we're playing, and it goes from semi to if that semi option goes to full, you can kick me out of the field because I just don't run full auto. Eventually, they let me have an exception, but what is your sort of thought on that about?
You can. It's safety issue when it comes down to police share players, but at a certain point, you have to be reasonable. And honestly, I'd rather have somebody have their gun locked at safe semi and let it go, unless you're one of those guys that has the there's one gun that has like a wired-in toggle switch.
It's yeah.
which is a different story. But if the gun is locked that way and it requires external equipment to change it, why the hell would you even bother? Which seems like an excuse to be petty.
It's not the excuse to be petty. It's because other bad actors on the weekends change their guns back and forth. Then they increase the ROFs. And it's like, well, that's... I was like, I could understand if this was the weekend. I could actually understand if it was the weekend, right? But I don't play here on the weekend. I'll play here on the weekend because I don't want to be part of that nonsense. But the fact is that if you're suddenly having a problem today with me shooting this gun and it seems like I'm shooting fast or whatever, then you could pull me off the field and say, well, obviously you switched it. I'll never trust what you say again and go through. But you require the players to police the field themselves and then get upset about it. And then you get mad at me for being upset that my way to convert my gun back over to safe semi-auto is back at my house because I don't have a Gate Titan setup right now. Regardless, I'm keeping it on safe semi. I don't overshoot people.
No. I get what you're saying, but like overall, I feel there's an overarching problem that's not helping. It's just making them more cautious. If you're building a gun to intentionally be able to do this, or if your gun, if you actually do this, you're the problem. It's not your gun. You need to police those assholes.
Mm-hmm.
Like it sucks, but like there's moments where you have to have targeted safety issues, and if you've got players, whether it be the weekend or the weekday, that do this, and you know they do this, they need to go.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, because so when I was allowed back into play, I was like, all right, so now I'm in a bad mood because I got done arguing with the refs, which I have to apologize to. It really isn't their fault. I got a little bit heated when it was there because I don't take... I guess I have a low tolerance for things that I consider incredibly stupid, and this is one of them. Well, mid-stot, so it makes no sense if it's semi-only. Why would you need to check full out if the replica is safe semi? Their thing about it is because when people go up to chrono, knowing that Miami Airsoft now has a rate of fire limit of only 25 or 26, what people have been doing is, especially like the Gate Asters and the Leviathans, is that they're changing their rate of fire to be lower, so that way they can get past chrono, and then turning it back up when they get back to their seats. I made another point during is like, well, you chrono us only once a month. What's to stop me from going home today and turning the full auto on and cranking it up to 52 balls per second? What's stopping me? You won't find out for a month. You know, I was like, if you're chronoing us every single day, that's a different story, but you're only chrono us once a month. So it's like, anybody can go home after this day and change and modify, and we don't have a problem. And he's like, oh, okay. I was like, I'm telling you, I'm trying to be safe here. You've never, and I told the one admin that knew me, I was like, you know me, you know you've never had an issue with me overshooting somebody. Ever. You never had an issue with me going full auto. And he goes, I don't. I was like, I only like to shoot people once or twice. I actually get mad when I have to tell you, had to shoot this guy 4 or 5 times for him to call his hit, because I don't like doing that, because when I do it to one person, that habit suddenly builds in for everybody else that's around, and it just degrades. I was like, my gun is safer than any other gun that's on the field right now, because you can only get shot once per trigger pull on the settings that can fire. So I did have to apologize. Like I said, I was a little bit heated. I played the very next game, and because of idiotic rentals, we got stuck onto a you're breaking up a little bit. He's going all roboto. I have a feeling Sin's going to disconnect here in a second. But the very next game, we had people turn around and keep firing before the game. So instead of us being able to do a regular game, it's force on force with 0 respawns. What I call the most stupidest game possible. It's a punishment game because the other team was firing before the game. Hello. Yeah, at MA they only chrono once per month, and I kind of figured that was going to happen. And it looks like Sin's back. Maybe he's back. So yeah, it was just. So we had 2 games back to back because we had the first game of force on force with 0 respawns, and we had people not calling their hits. Then we have a second game right after that one, force on force with 0 respawns, because as the enemy team's walking back to their respawn, a guy decides to shoot. So we all get punished for it. I'm like, dude, why are we getting punished for this? So we finally get a real round of play, and we got 2 games in, and then this shit happened.
Yo, I shot you right in the dick, man. Come on. Yo.
Where are they? Hey, where are they? One here. We got one. Hey, they're in.
There you go. Right there in your... How many times, man?
Yeah.
Now, those were just my interactions. Those weren't the interactions of the other people that were there playing. But this guy, shut up, Steve. Steve, you're actually allowed to comment on Facebook again. Keep it up, and you'll get another 30 days. You'll get another 30-day ban, sir. I shot the guy right in the dick twice, and he barely flinched. And when I hit him there, I mean, he literally jumps back and dances. But yet, I'm the a-hole for it. I mean, it's like he was straight up cheating. And the problem was that it wasn't just me that he's having these problems and interactions with. It was everybody else on the other side. We had to shoot them 5, 6, 7, 8
Yeah.
times.
You got
And
painful.
it was another one of those scenarios where I was banned for 7 days. I'm back. So it was one of those strange scenarios where, everybody was complaining about this one dude, and finally I just threw up my hands and said, "Screw this crap, I'm gone." It was like it was such a bad day for Airsoft yesterday. It wasn't funny, and I don't know if we're gonna lose him or not. To be fair, it was a small target. I mean, it was just the fact that I nailed him right there. I was like, "Holy hell, man!" It's like, for me, I was like, "How'd you not feel that?" And then he was just acting all arrogant and everything else about how, about the shots that he wasn't calling and everything else. And yeah, so there was just like some bad juju shit going on yesterday. Ange, please get the cat. So yesterday was just one of those weird Airsoft days that you're just like, man, I don't even want to be here today. The only thing that really made up for it was the fact that we had that I had my buddies there. Tinker was there, Che was there, Emma was there, and a couple other guys showed up. The Beanie Brothers showed up again. Gert, no, he was simply not calling hits. I mean, when I shot him in the arm, I came around the corner. It was a straight up. I mean, looking back at the video, I took it as a trade, but he shot the gun. He didn't even shoot me, and it's like, dude. Steve, it's usually not that bad. I mean, I know we play video and everything else. That, there might be one or two guys or whatever. But it was just the mentality of the stuff that happened, like the people that were just there. That, I mean, it was the culmination of the penalization that the rest of the players got because a couple of players on one particular side, and there were rentals. I mean, rentals were causing us not to have a good time or fun. The fact that gave me a hard time about the gun being semi-locked. Is it a full... I don't know what it is, man. But the attitudes and behaviors... well, that's not true. I mean, I see him at several arenas. It's just a matter of, again, traveling and everything else. I get your point about it, but I mean, even still, it was just like, overall, it was just a bad day of Airsoft. I mean, it was, if it wasn't for my teammates being there, I would have left after the second force on force with 0 respawns. To me, that's the most pointless game ever. It would not be so bad if you weren't playing against players that were calling their hits, and it's like, okay. And then as soon as the game ends, they give us a quick turnaround time and get us back on the field so we could play another game. No, they were doing the full duration of the wait and everything else. It's like, come on, man. That's like, I was literally in the arena for 2 minutes, got shot, come out, waited 8 minutes for the game to end, another 8 to 10 minutes of downtime. We can't get back in there and play in 5 minutes? Come on. So it's just one of those weird types of days. So I think we lost in for the rest of the show. But we have some other cool stuff to talk about. So there a lot of stuff came out on the past 24 hours. So I'm pleased to say that we've officially filed for our 501c3 status for the Battle Bus Adventures. So that should be live in about 2 to 3 months, or maybe 3 to 4 months. We should have our 501c3 status. So everybody that has donated to Battle Bus Adventures will be able to get receipts to do tax write-offs going all the way back from the formation. So it's something we've been working on. It's finally it's finally been submitted. Lawyers say it should go through just fine, so we should be good. So that's really exciting, really awesome news about what's happening with that. And of course, now it's time to shut the door because we're going to talk about the boy. So that was a really exciting phone call to have today, to where we can get that all set up and good to go. So Battle Bus Adventures will be a 501c3. So the next thing I wanted to show was what's coming on June 4th. So for some of you guys might have known, maybe not, but Make-A-Wish is stepping up to get Damien an Action Track Chair. He's getting the Action Track Chair NR, which is a sit-to-stand wheelchair, tracked wheelchair, so he can actually participate and go off-roading everywhere around that he needs to go. Plus, it could actually strengthen him out a little bit. So with that being said, there were some accessories and stuff that that were not covered under the Action Track Chair. Those, let's see, hold on one second. So we had some, this would have been the way to transport it around by getting the actual lift for it, the rear attendant controls, the back cargo area to store stuff like a generator so it could always charge while it's moving. So we had a donation came in and we went ahead and paid that off. So Damien's chair with everything that he needs is fully done and ready to go. So with that being said, we're going to be doing a 12-hour live stream on Tuesday, June 14th, starting at 4 p.m. Eastern Standard Time. We are trying to raise the next round of funding for his gene therapy medication. If you guys want to come on, try to help us out. One of the ways you can support us is by going to screechdragon.com. Anything that you purchase on there will actually go towards Damien's medical cost and everything else, except for the shipping cost. That's the only thing that doesn't go to him. So you guys can help us out doing all that. So that's actually really exciting that he's finally getting this Action Track Chair. We've been waiting for this for so long. He's super. He doesn't know it's coming yet. He knows he's going to get it sometime this year. And today he got his infusion for his gene therapy medication, and he was actually asking and talking to the nurse about his chair. He goes, "Oh, it might not come for like until Christmas." And he's like, "Oh, I have to wait till Christmas." So it's actually kind of awesome that this is actually moving forward, and he has no idea what's going to happen with this. So I'm really looking forward to, surprising the hell out of him. I went out today and I got the big old 40 pounds of meat brisket. That's going to be trimmed and seasoned tomorrow. 1 second here. I'm just trying to see. Hey Smurf, do you know where that comment came in from? Is it Big House Milsom? I think it must be Big House Milsom. CD trick shots. I mean, we're probably gonna do something. I am not sure offhand yet. We are so close to that number. I think we are. I think we are just a couple away. Let's see. Let's go to YouTube right now and find out, shall we? It's the one Facebook user that's right here. I didn't see it on the other on the site there. YouTube.com. Where are we at subwise? YouTube Studios. We are 27 people away from hitting 20K subs. So it's actually really exciting that we're this close. And it looks like one of our things are going viral again on the shorts because we have 12K views on it. I know it's weird with. I can't participate in the group, so it's not letting me do it. I still have a 3-day ban for participating in groups. And our numbers didn't get impacted too much today, but they had been very greatly impacted last week, or on Tuesday, which really pissed me off. And I wanted to talk about that for just a little bit. I understand what happened and why I suddenly wasn't allowed to go through, and it didn't really register or hit until today of what happened, like fully, like really sunk in. So for those of you who don't know, I'm on a restricted account on Facebook because I made a post on a group page or on a reel actually. It was based off of I had posted up the video of Gage falling off the back of the truck, which every once in a while we like to throw it around and do it. And the comment I said, when I posted up there, I posted a video of me flying around in a helicopter with the indestructible at, I believe it was Stonebreaker, and I was shooting down from the helicopter. It was actually it was really a fun time for me and all that. I enjoyed the hell out of that event. I enjoyed the hell out of my 2 helo flights for that event because I was actually able to shoot down a rocket right in between the 2 vehicles, blowing them both up. Scoring, because one was a full-on troop transport, just full of troops and all that, so it was actually pretty awesome. And then this guy, Jonathan Gilbert, said a comment, he goes, "You can actually fly in helicopters for Airsoft now." I said, "Dude, it's fun as hell to ride in one and blank a bunch of people from the air." I don't want to say the word because I don't want any up. Algorithm's a trip, but it's the action of, making an airsoft gun go pew-pew. And my activity got restricted. So I can't take part in groups for 4 more days. I can't go live for 27 days. I can't advertise for 27 days. And your posts will be moved lower in the feed for 27 days. I can see whoever just made that comment. I can see the video. I can see anybody that's commenting from YouTube. It connects just fine. The only one I can't see is wherever you're commenting on. So it must be Big House Milsim. There we go. That was you, Smurf. Got it. So that was Draven that said hello and nice and all that. So what happened was I didn't get reported. That was the algorithm for Facebook that kicked off, because when I made that comment, it was, I believe, 1 hour after what happened in Texas started reporting across the country. So I think at that point in time, Facebook clicked on its algorithm to read out stuff, so there wasn't going to be anything positive. There was nothing positive about the shooting going through. It was all going to be, because they didn't want copycats or anything else. The same thing happened on TikTok. They put on their algorithm, and a lot of my channel actually dropped down. And they put some stuff in place, and part of me is upset about it. The other part of me is, I was like, you know what? I'm not even going to get mad about it, because the people in Texas at that school have a lot bigger problems than I do right now. So me not being able to post, I can deal with it. I'll live with it. So the next time I'm going to be streaming is on Tuesday. I'll be able to stream again on Tuesday. I'll wait till Tuesday before I put up any more reels or anything else to get all the traction and stuff back on Facebook. So I can wait. The people in Texas can't. We try to keep the stream apolitical as possible when we always come down and do this. And I just can't get mad about getting zucked at this point. Because of what happened. So, not going to get mad about it, not going to get upset about it. I'll just deal like I always do, just keep rolling, keep putting out stuff. Oh yeah, go to YouTube and comment on YouTube. So, moving away from that, we want to talk a little bit about Geigerland. So, today is going to be another one of the short streams, guys. I'm pretty sure by next week we'll be back to our regularly scheduled long streams and our regular scheduled streams. It just so happens all hosts are busy today, and they're busy on Tuesday. So Cheers to being a solo show. All right. So we're going to talk a little bit about some upcoming events that we're going to. By the time we talk about them, it could very well be time to shut the stream down. Obviously, the very next big event that I'm going to is going to be for Bad Blood 2022. If you guys have not gotten your tickets for that or heard about this event, it's really awesome. It's at EMR Event Park, located in north central Pennsylvania. It's run by Moondog Industries, and it's Players Wanted. I'll show that first while I talk about this. Just go to that link, youtube.com/playerswanted, and you'll get right to the stream. You'll see it there. We're up there talking it. So, Bad Blood is one of my go-to games that I go to every single year. I love the field. I love the simplistic nature of the gameplay. There's stamp collecting that happens, but there are no medics. The only way you respawn is you die, you walk back to your respawn or your pool noodle, or your mobile respawn, your triage, or your main staging location. So pretty much large armies go across the field. There's usually a hell of a good firefights and everything else, and that AO is just fantastic. It's like 6 to 8 fields in one because of how massive it is, but it has different feels. Like, one area, I always talk about this every stream. One area has almost chest high grass, which is awesome. Then they have the pine forest, which is rows of pine trees. They have a regular maple forest. They have a castle, two castles, Tipman Town, a ravine area. They have like another airstrip area. So there's like all these different feels around this field. So you get a bunch of different gameplay for whatever you want. So it's fun, fast-paced, great time, and it's one of the few events that you go to that if you win one item, it's net positive because the tickets are only $50 to go to the event. I think camping's mostly sold out, and so is the bunkhouses, but you can always check and see. No, hey, if you're here and you have not hit that subscribe button or the alert and the little bell to give you alerts whenever we're going to go live or post new videos, please do so now. I mean, we are literally 26 people away from hitting 20,000 subs, which is very, very exciting that we're going to get to that level. So, let's see here. All right. So please, Stu, you're my only hope. How you doing, Stu? So the next big game that we're going to is the one that we've been talking about quite a bit, and another one I'm really excited for is Geigerlands. That's coming out in August. It's going to be at the Haunted Crescent Sanatorium in Crescent, Pennsylvania. That's where we had Syndicate 1 and 2. It's an absolute fantastic AO. Thanks, Curtis. This AO is going to be absolutely... this game is going to be absolutely sick. So, the cool thing about this cool thing about this location and the play that we're going to have here is that you get to camp out on the AO. So, if you get there Friday at 1 o'clock, when the doors open, asylum all the way. Oh, Paul's going to be so happy he's got some more recruits. But essentially, when the gates open, you guys come onto the field. You go through, you get registered, get chronoed. So the rules are going to be just like for any other game. As soon as you get on property, first thing you do is you grab whatever pew-pew you're going to use, and pretty much any melee weapon, because we have to see the melee weapons too to approve them. You're going to come inside, register, chrono, get your melee weapons approved, and then go to a safety brief. As soon as the safety brief is over, the doors to Geigerlands are going to be open, and you can go out and explore. So, Tank Goblin Banker. I love some of the names. So, when you guys go out there, you can start role playing. Now, you cannot bring your guns on the field until 9 a.m. Saturday morning. So it's going to be a cold. It's going to be a cold AO, so that way you guys can go out, experience the world, get your encampments and stuff set up, and start role playing. Can you sleep in the crematorium? Yeah, the only buildings you can't sleep in are going to be 1, Alpha, Charlie, the Chapel, G and H, because they're going to be out of play, and Bravo. Those are the only ones you can't sleep in. So anywhere else, yeah, fair game, sleep, have fun. So once you guys go out, you can start doing your role play stuff and all that. Come Saturday at 9 a.m., it's actually like around 8:30. We're going to make the announcement that you can go start getting your weapons and start amassing near the gates. So then that way you can come off the field, get your guns, come back, be ready, and at 9 o'clock, we'll be letting people come on with their airsoft guns and all that. And you're going to allow to bring in 3 mags of your own ammo, 3 mid-cap mags or 1 high-cap mag. So... I want to feel the warmth. Do I sleep during the day? And sleep during the day because during hostile time in full gear, is that allowed? You can sleep during the day in full hostile gear if you want to. There's just going to be a hell of a lot of stuff going. There's going to be a hell of a lot of stuff going on. During the day, I don't think you're going to be able to peacefully sleep during the day. And remember, at 6 o'clock or on Saturday at 5:30, the horns are going to sound because the rad raid's coming in. And when the rad storm's coming in, when that happens, the rad raiders are also coming too. And at 5:30, if you die, you run out of wounds, and you can't be medicked or anything else like that, and you need to respawn, you don't need to respawn. You can't respawn. You have to walk off the field. You are dead. At that point, all the resources and stuff that you guys have been collecting up to that point to power your vaults to survive the rad storms come into play. Most areas are going to be limited number of people that can stay or survive inside of those bunkers. So there's going to be some heavy firefights in the last 30 minutes because those who survive until 6 o'clock in their bunkers and all that will be rewarded. Do I need permission to sit for my mom? No, not really. I think your mom will say, "Please take him." Pet neighbors gives him my old house. And then at Saturday, after around 6:30, when all the guns come off the field, stew. So once 6 o'clock happens, the final horn blows. Everybody that is either in a vault is safe. Excuse me. Those are outside are dead. You have to bring your weapons off the field. Anything that can fire a projectile comes off the field. Once that happens, it's going to be declared cold again. The field will be declared cold. iPro can come off. They'll be lied. Blood for the blood code. Skulls for the skull throne. That's awesome. At that point, games. The live band will start kicking up and everything else, and building Echo. So Echo's turned into the nightclub for the nighttime festivities. I do not know why I'm so tired right now. And then we kick it all off again at 9 a.m. Sunday morning, but it runs till 3:30 is when the horn blows for the rad storm. 4 o'clock, everything comes off. So, and I get to be adorable NPC for Geiger. I don't know if adorable is the right word. So And then tired of your shit. It's going to be a really fun event. The battle bus will be on site, but that's going to be a point of contention. There's going to be a whole lot of other things going on around the AO for you guys to check out, to experience, and everything else. So it should be a hell of a lot of fun. And I'm just really looking forward to this event. Hopefully this event goes extraordinarily well, that meets all players' expectations. I mean, we already have some really badass power armor suits and everything else. The tickets for this event that I've been talking about, that should have been sitting up here instead of that, is at obhmilsim.com. And I want to remind everybody to check your email. You should have an email from Big House Produce with a promo code if you've been to previous events. It's a $10 off ticket. For the next 10 days, or no, not 10 days, it's more than that. Shit, why can't I do math? Crap, whatever. Until June 6th. Man, I can't do anything today. June 6th, the early bird special, the prices with that combination promo code, it's only $100 a ticket. After June 6th, the tickets are going to be going up $15. It's really going to be a fun event. So definitely get your tickets as soon as possible. Right now we have, let's see. Looks like we have 94 players that are going to be out on that field. So that's really good. Yes, Gert. There's going to be some areas where there'll be like a complete. It'll be complete green zone. You can't fight in there or anything else. There's be other spots where there's no weapon zones, like around the food truck. And guys, we're not doing it to limit where you can shoot and all that. We're doing it because we don't want a BB to go into a fryer. So there's going to be certain spots where there's going to be no fire zones. But there's definitely going to be a battle pit set up where you guys can cage fight with melee and foam weapons. I know Jackal Tactical is investing quite a bit inside of foam weaponry and all that for you all, for trying to get these really unique weapons. And some of them look sick as hell. I mean, some of them are pricey, but they look badass. And it's like, I really want one. Can I get one? You know what? Smurf, Sparky, you two can just have fun. Because I think Sparky might be Ashley. I want to say it. Stu, I can't. I just can't. I was going to say something, but I just can't. So, yeah, see, that's why I kind of thought it was Ashley. So, you and Smurf can argue over that all you want. I'm staying out of it all the way over here. So, this is all going to be... Oh. You believe in me? What do I do now? I don't know why I'm so... I know why I'm so tired of today. All right, now I know why. I didn't go to bed till like 5 o'clock in the morning, and the wife called me at like 10 a.m. to say, hey, the boy needs something at school. You need to take it to him. I was like, I really don't want to. Can you do it? She goes, I'm working. I was like, well, I'm sleeping. She's like, well, he really needs it, or else he's gonna have an accident. Then you have to deal with that shit. And I'm like, fine, I'm going. Say what? Oh, you want me to say the word? I'm not gonna say it. I'm gonna be a good boy. I didn't say it on Tuesday either. I didn't drop that F-bomb once. No siree. I was a good boy. So yeah, I've had very little sleep today, and then all the scrimming that we're doing for Damien's party has been absolutely fantastic. So, no. No, Stu. I am going to bring up that topic for like the next time I have Sin and a couple other people on of why do we airsoft to talk about all the good stuff. You should not have done that, Ash. You shouldn't have done that. That's a big mistake. Oh, I'm not gonna go there. There was some other. Was there another event I had to talk about? Oh, crap, I don't remember anymore. I am not going to indulge you. I'm going to be a good boy today. What am I going to be having for some of the raffle items? I honestly don't know yet. I have to make the rounds and call to see who's going to be on, who's going to join me. I know Papa's going to join me for that stream sometime during that day. I know Sin said he was going to be on. Oh, and Misty. Haven't seen you on and watching for a little while, but I got your all art. Indulge. No, Zeb, I am not indulging. I am not indulging. I don't succumb to peer pressure, man. Oh, man. And I have all sorts of work I got to do, too, to get ready for hurricane season. We started stocking up on our hurricane supplies. Which is always funny because by the time like November rolls around and hurricane season's over, we start eating said hurricane supplies. It's pure suggestion. Crap, where'd it go? So, all right, Curtis, I read that wrong the first way. I was like, I could post on Facebook a video how to do. I read it as boys and really good scars for people. Used to be a makeup artist. That's kind of awesome. I can't wait to see stuff like that. Because it's already fascinating to me how many people are coming out of the woodwork like, yo, look at this, look what I make. And I was like, that's all fantastic stuff. All right, Stu, you have fun with that. Tell John Lou I said hi if you see him. I'm so disappointed I'm not going to Firestorm 3. So disappointed. I really want to go to Firestorm 3, but I got to go to Bad Blood. Do. Why can't? Where the hell did the button go? My computer's acting weird again. Let's see here. Zeb, this is not paintball. This is actually airsoft. You're building 2 suits of X01. Damn, man, that's awesome. So, Zeb, we're talking about 2 events here mostly. First one was for Bad Blood 2022. That's in New Milford, Pennsylvania. The thing that we're talking about right now is Geigerlands, which is a post-apocalyptic wasteland style event. So if you've done anything like Mad Max or Fallout, if you like that sort of stuff, that's exactly what we're talking about here. What the shit? Sorry, I'm just trying to send something out because I totally forgot about it beforehand, and I need to make sure it gets out today. Because speaking of, definitely speaking of hurricane season. Don't sound so excited about what? I'm not, today I'm just tired. I mean, this week's been a bad week. To be honest with you. It's just been really bad. It's well, oh, well, I said, yeah, I have to go to Bad Blood. But the reason why I really want to go to Firestorm 3, it's at a one and done AO, and it's a factory that has been, it's being destroyed, demolished after it. So I got a chance to play quite a bit at what you call at Southern Comfort, which was an old Levi's factory, which was absolutely fantastic. And it really sucks that I am not going to be able to go back and do any of it because, like this one, so I'm going to miss out on this really cool AO to go to Bad Blood. So while I'm totally excited and happy to go to Bad Blood, I'm not happy that I'm missing this event. So, yeah. Give me 1 second. That's... This PC, come on, man. All right. With that being said, you guys have anything else that you guys want me to talk about or anything else? If not, I'm going to end this stream early as well. And try to finish up what I'm doing here. And then I'll be definitely streaming on Tuesday. Smurf, Sin's going to be home Tuesday, right? Got it. So yeah, get your Geigerlands tickets. It's going to be a really good event. The event after that one is going to be the first week in November, November 4th through the 6th, and that one is going to be a standard milsim event. Green versus tan. Friday night tier JTF mission. Saturday and Sunday is the actual game. There will be a night game on Saturday that will count for points and everything else. So, yes, honey, hi. I know. So we don't have the tickets up for that yet, but we are working on it. All right. Let's see. All right. So, with that being said, if there's any other questions? All right, cool. With that being said, unless there's something else that people have any questions on or anything else, I'm going to go ahead and end tonight's little stream. So, with that being said, God, man, I need to go take a nap. All right. So, until next time. May your BBs fly true and your opponents always call your hits.